I've never done this kind of reading before with a celebrity, but it's such an interesting topic to cover as to what been happening with Taylor Swift. This is her chart. At least this is what it looks like in AstroSage website. So I'm just going to read her chart, and the active Mahadasha now it's Saturn. So this is the main chart for her. As you can see, this is Leo Lagna. The active Mahadasha for her now it's Saturn. You can see it's since 1st January 2025. Now, is this Mahadasha of Saturn for her? Is it a good dasha for her? This short answer is no. No, it's not at all, because from the Lagna perspective, this is Leo. This is the enemy planet, Saturn, for Leo ascendant is the enemy planet. Now, Saturn is placed in 5th house of Sagittarius. There is Mercury, their conjunction with Mercury. So Saturn has third aspect goes to the 7th house itself. Let me draw this thing. This is the third aspect, goes to 7. Now, what really interesting about Taylor, this dasha is giving her a lot of difficulty. That is what I'm going to say. That is what she will face. And of course, like she is a singer. She been a singer basically a long time. But this dasha, it's not. I'm not saying that this dasha it's not supporting her to continue her career. But this dasha, the new Mahadasha that she will face, is not going to support her the way that Jupiter is supporting her. So technically, it's like she usually making music every year during the Jupiter dasha, and that's actually quite good for her. And Jupiter, as the dharmic planet that is friends with the Lagna Lord, which is the Sun, it is considered positive. But she no longer in this Mahadasha. So during these Mahadashas of Saturn, if she continue to make music every year, this is going to be backfired her. Like to the point, it's like it can ruin her career. The best way for her, I'm not sure even if she even watching this. I mean, like, let's just be real, but I don't think she will. I don't think she will watching my stuff. But this is such an interesting topic, because I've been watching her, observing the conditions of her. Things are just not looking great. And when I'm looking at her chart, that makes perfect sense. And then the 7th aspect goes to here, the 11th house of Gemini. 7th aspect of Saturn, again, like I said, delaying. The natures of Saturn is delays. This also will makes her less, you can say, poetry, poetry, poetry. If you know, if this is basically just casting something that is just blocking her creative, mind. The sign is Gemini, and who is ruling Gemini is Mercury. What is Mercury? Mercury is the mind. Mercury is the intellectual mind, and it is being blocked by the presence of Saturn. Casting that 7 aspect goes to the 11 itself, 11th house, and then the 10 aspect goes to the second house of Virgo. This means, again, this means delays. If she produce music, perhaps like every 3 to 4 years, this can be a successful year despite of difficult not transit Mahadasha. Mahadasha is a long time, especially when it comes to Saturn. So she have to adapt to this new life, a new life of her. This is not something that's Jupiter is giving. Jupiter is placed in the 11th house of Gemini, which is conjunct with the moon. No wonder why during Jupiter Mahadasha, her life is rocketed. Like rocketed all the way up. She became billionaire. Traveling a lot with the private jet. Because if you looking, let me just clear this up. If you observe this conjunction, this is not happening in Kendra house. This is actually happening in Kama house. But let's just focus on the conjunction. What this conjunction brings, usually when this conjunction forms in the fourth house, first house, and also in basically in Kendra houses, this conjunction will bring even more immense wealth if it forming in Kendra. But this conjunction alone between moons and Jupiter, that's already giving her an immense wealth, because this conjunction naturally forming the yoga called Vichasari yoga, which is what? Which is the yoga that represents wealth, money, success, happiness, because the moon is with the friends Jupiter. Moons and Jupiter, they are best friend. It's like when this conjunction is happening in someone's chart, it means happiness. Happiness as long it is not placed into Dustana houses. As long as it's not in Dustana houses, even if it's not in Kendra, this will bring some immense happiness. Well, like what I'm saying here, this is a long Mahadasha. She have to adapt to this new life. This is not something that Saturn is giving like an easy access. She have to be more hardworking if she wants to keep up with the music industry, which I think she will. Because the mind is really focused with Saturn. Saturn is giving that aspect with Mercury. So her mind, it's really focused, but she just have to spend a little more time to put uh, a focus in her music and never posting it. It's like releasing it every year. Instead, doing it every 3 years to 5 years. And that will be good for her. If you're Swiftie though, if you're Swiftie, Taylor Swift fans, this is what is happening to your idol.